Hi, I'm Ashley, and I teach a class at Greylock Yoga and Movement called Yoga Sculpt. If you've taken it with me, then you are familiar with this resistance band, a mini band that we use in all different areas. And I'm going to show you how. These are my top 5 resistance band exercises. We're going to start with the upper body. So by looping this band around your wrists and pressing the outer wrists away from one another, left to right, why don't you start to find your lat engagement? Right, this will help the back stay active and the shoulders stay anchored. We're going to curl and extend and then reverse it, extend. All right, so it's a biceps curl and an overhead press, while I'm maintaining that left to right tension, holding the tension, the good kind of tension, in our lats so that the upper back, the traps, stay soft. Other things to think about, so this becomes a full body exercise. When the arms go overhead, not letting the ribs splay, keeping that active core, slight tuck of the pelvis for me to feel that extension through the front of the hip. All right, so exercise number 1, banded biceps curl to overhead press, 12, and then you're gonna hold the band in an underhand grip with a bent over position. So again, I'm pulling left to right to keep that tension on my lats, and then hinging from the hips to maintain a long line. I'll row it into my rib cage and then extend down towards the floor. Pulling left to right and then pulling as if you could rip the band in half as you draw it in towards your ribs and then extend. Things to think about: not letting the elbows splay, keeping tension through the hamstrings, right? By not letting the low back round or the upper back get too low. Long line of energy, right? Do 10 of those. Then you're gonna place the band around the feet. Exercise number 3, standing left to right with the band around the arches and then hands on the hips. We'll move laterally, trying to step and return the band to its initial starting position, not letting the legs come too close together, maintaining tension on the band without rocking too much in the hips, all right? So trying not to really lean into it. Can we stabilize through the pelvis? I'm gonna take 5 passes in each direction through the length of my mat, and then move the band up above the ankles. Now standing at the back of the mat, again, keeping tension on the band. Inhale, reaching up, rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, walking it out into your plank. Finding your long, strong plank, and then using the band to stabilize the pelvis as you shoulder tap. Tap right, tap left. That's 1. 2, trying not to rock too much through the pelvis. Having that active glutes here is gonna help you find that stabilization. Soft knees. When you've done 10, roll all the way up. And then my 5th and final favorite band exercise, standing with soft knees, hands on hips, and we'll balance. Standing on the left leg to begin, the right outer heel lifts up and controls back down. You can always do these holding onto a wall, right? Holding onto a chair, but this becomes a big challenge for the opposing oblique. As I push out with my right heel, my left oblique has to fire. When I switch sides, as I push out through my left outer heel, my right oblique has to fire so that I don't topple over to the side. 10 each side, and then externally rotating, pressing back. 10 each side. Things to think about: not leaning forward, trying to move from the hip, not the full pelvis. 10 each side. And if you're feeling ambitious and you have the time, do that 3 times through.